Imagine this, the Chicago Bulls, six-time NBA champions, now stuck in basketball purgatory. But what if I told you their ticket back to greatness is trading away their best player? That's right, Zach LaVine might be the key to the Bulls' future by leaving it. Sounds crazy? Stick around, because I'm about to show you why this wild move could be the smartest play in Chicago. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. Today, we're diving deep into the Windy City to talk about the Chicago Bulls and their ongoing rebuild. More specifically, we're going to break down why trading their star guard, Zach LaVine, might be the most crucial move for the franchise's future. Now, I know what you're thinking, trade LaVine? Are you crazy? But stick with me here. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this move could be the catalyst that propels the Bulls back into championship contention. So, let's jump right in. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of why trading LaVine makes sense, let's take a quick look at where the Bulls stand right now. The Chicago Bulls, one of the most iconic franchises in NBA history, have been stuck in a cycle of mediocrity for the past few seasons. Despite having talented players like LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic, the team has struggled to make a significant impact in the Eastern Conference. Last season, the Bulls finished with a disappointing 40-42 record, barely scraping into the play-in tournament. They managed to beat the Raptors but then fell to the Heat, missing out on the playoffs proper. This underwhelming performance has led to some serious soul-searching within the organization. The front office, led by Art Raskarniovas, has come to a realization: it's time for a change. The current core, while talented, simply isn't cutting it in the increasingly competitive Eastern Conference. Teams like the Celtics, Bucks, and 76ers have left the Bulls in the dust, and even up-and-coming squads like the Cavaliers and Magic are threatening to surpass them. This realization has sparked a shift in strategy. The Bulls are now focused on rebuilding and getting younger, looking to construct a team that can compete not just now, but for years to come. And that's where the Zach LaVine situation comes into play. Now, let's talk about Zach LaVine. There's no denying that LaVine is a supremely talented player. He's a two-time All-Star, an Olympic gold medalist, and one of the most explosive scorers in the league. His ability to create his own shot, knock down threes, and finish at the rim with authority is truly elite. However, the question isn't about LaVine's talent, it's about his fit with the Bulls' new direction. LaVine is 29 years old and in the prime of his career. He's also on a massive contract, signed through the 2026-27 season with an average annual value of $43 million. That's superstar money, and while LaVine is undoubtedly a star, he hasn't quite reached that superstar level that can single-handedly elevate a team to championship contention. Moreover, LaVine's timeline doesn't align with a rebuild. By the time a young core develops and matures, LaVine will be well into his 30s and likely past his prime. His contract will also eat up a significant portion of the salary cap, limiting the Bulls' flexibility in building around younger talent. There's also the question of LaVine's fit with the team's other stars. The pairing with DeRozan, while offensively potent, has defensive limitations. And despite their individual talents, the LaVine-DeRozan-Vucevic trio hasn't been able to lift the Bulls to the upper echelons of the East. So, while LaVine is undoubtedly an asset in terms of talent, he may be an obstacle to the Bulls' long-term goals. And that's why trading him has become priority number one for the franchise. Now that we've established the context, let's break down why trading LaVine makes so much sense for the Bulls. Asset accumulation: trading LaVine could bring in a haul of young players, draft picks, or both. These assets are crucial for a rebuilding team. Young players can develop alongside the Bulls' timeline, while draft picks offer the chance to add high-potential talent or be used in future trades. Financial flexibility: moving LaVine's massive contract off the books would give the Bulls significant cap space. This flexibility is invaluable in the modern NBA, allowing teams to make strategic signings or take on contracts and trades that come with additional assets. Clarifying team identity. Without LaVine, the Bulls can fully commit to their youth movement. It allows players like Patrick Williams and Kobe White to take on larger roles and develop without the pressure of immediate contention. Maximizing return. LaVine is still in his prime and has several years left on his contract. Trading him now, rather than waiting, ensures the Bulls can get maximum value in return. Avoiding the treadmill of mediocrity. Keeping the current core intact risks the Bulls remaining stuck in the middle, not good enough to contend, not bad enough to land high draft picks. Trading LaVine helps avoid this NBA purgatory. Building for sustainable success. By focusing on youth and asset accumulation, the Bulls can aim to build a team that can contend for years, rather than pushing for short-term success with a limited ceiling. So, let's say the Bulls do trade LaVine. What does the path forward look like for Chicago? The first step would be fully embracing the youth movement. Players like Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and Ayo Dosunmu would need to step into larger roles. The Bulls would also likely look to move other veterans like DeRozan and Vu Evi, further accumulating assets and creating opportunities for young players. The focus would then shift to the draft. With the assets acquired from trading LaVine, and potentially others, the Bulls could be in a position to make moves in the draft, either by moving up or acquiring additional picks. The goal would be to land potential franchise-altering talent that can grow with the team's new timeline. Free agency would be another avenue for growth. With increased financial flexibility, the Bulls could target young, high-upside players who fit their new direction. They could also use their cap space to take on bad contracts from other teams, acquiring additional draft assets in the process, a strategy several successful rebuilds have employed in recent years. Player development would become paramount. The Bulls would need to invest heavily in their young core, providing them with the coaching, resources, and opportunities needed to reach their full potential. Patience would be key throughout this process. Rebuilds take time, and there would likely be some tough seasons ahead for Bulls fans. But with a clear plan and smart asset management, the Bulls could position themselves as a team on the rise in the Eastern Conference. And there you have it, folks, the case for why trading Zach LaVine should be the Chicago Bulls' top priority as they embark on this rebuilding journey. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think the Bulls should trade LaVine? If so, what kind of return would you want to see? And if not, how do you think they can build a contender with their current core? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Bulls situation, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more NBA analysis. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.